What's going on, guys? John here, and I am here with one of my craziest client success stories. His name is Christian. He is enjoying himself in Honduras right now because he just competed in a men's physique competition, which he, might I add, landed first place and got the overalls in that competition. So I wanted to have Christian on here today to share his story and really share his experience that he had throughout the journey. So, Christian, thank you for taking your time to do this with me. I'm very excited about this. How are you feeling today, first and foremost?
Good, man. And I appreciate you having me on here. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're good. You're enjoying yourself in Honduras, right?
Abs-
So, yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of dive into this whole journey with you because we've been working with each other for like a year now. And,
yeah.
in the beginning, I didn't know what to expect, right? Obviously, you came to me because you had certain common issues that a lot of people have, just feeling lazy, lethargic, tired, things like that, right? And I didn't expect to see something so grand happen in your journey as far as taking it to a competitive level with bodybuilding. And I just wanted to share that story with with my followers, my audience, and see what it takes to take it to that level. So, I guess before joining my program, like what was your life like, and what motivated you to reach out to me?
So, before joining your program, I owned a few businesses actually at the time, construction. We specialize in exterior facades. So long story short, I mean, I think I had burned myself out at one point. And looking back now, I think I was going, I don't really believe in depression much. I've always told myself, but I think I was going through a mild depression at the time.
Yeah.
And I found myself drinking a lot, kind of scattered brain. I ended up selling two of the businesses and stayed with one.
Okay.
So it just seemed like my life was kind of overwhelming with not being able to stay focused and kind of falling apart physically as well. I've stayed in decent shape, never to this level, but in decent enough shape where I was kind of content. But around the time when I reached out to you, it was just really bad, man. A lot of drinking, the really added on. So I knew that I had to make a change. And again, just a lot of drinking, just a lot of bad habits that had been instilled and just been progressively getting worse.
Yeah.
So I knew that there was, I had to make a change in my life. I just didn't know how I was going to do that.
Right.
So.
And I remember and recall you've been trying to get into a fitness regimen, and you've gone on and off with that in the past. So what made it like what made a difference with being in my program and being able to stick with it for a full year?
So the difference was obviously, the lack of knowledge. If you don't know, you don't know. But being able to come in, I think the difference, and I can relate with a lot of people, is that we just know that you have to eat healthy. But what does that really consist of? And you have to exercise. But what does that really consist of as well? You know what I mean? If you don't have a set program and you don't have any real direction, well, you're just kind of going with the wind with everything. So we know that eating healthy, but do we know that we have to actually weigh our food every time that we eat and know how many calories we're intaking a day? Because at the time it's like, okay, I know I can throw some veggies in here and some chicken and everything, but do I know how many calories I'm actually eating? No. So your program is I was still able to eat carbs, have the meals that I wanted to have, but as long as I was weighing it all out and not going over those set calories and macros that you set for me, that was a game changer, for me.
Yeah.
So
I know, and considering you have like a very unpredictable job, you're traveling all the time, right? Things like that kind of are barriers towards being able to make progress. But with the plan, you were still able to stick with it. So I mean, yeah, why exactly did you choose my program over like any other?
well, we had a discussion, and I just remember dealing with you know, being in business at the time, I think I'd been already in 5 years. I could relate to a lot of things, what, you know, what good business consists of,
Yeah.
and, you know, what sloppy business may consist of. But, you know, after talking to you, it just seemed like you were a straight shooter and everything kind of made sense. So of course I'd be lying to say that everything clicked right then and there, but a lot of things made sense. And I just knew that, I just, you know, I kind of felt that it was a good move for me. I had spoken with other people before, but, you know, some guys just said stuff that didn't make sense. And I think just coming from a business mindset, we kind of tend to gravitate towards what would work for us individually. So, you know, just again, just talking to you and seeing that you were a straight shooter, and it seemed like you have a passion for what you do and you're committed as well. So that's the difference, you know.
Yeah, man. I think based on your journey, you've executed with everything that I planned out for you. So those are the kind of people that I work well with best, which is why I decided to choose you to be a part of my program. And I remember you saying that you know the difference between sloppy business and good business. So in your own life, I know that you said you run a business. Did you find any impact with fitness and how it affected your own personal business? Did you feel like there was any kind of influence towards your business?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because as I started breaking those bad habits, you know, a lot of things became clear. I started organizing mentally wise. You know, just everything. It was mapped out better. You know, finances and counting calories is pretty much the same thing, man. Once you map it out, numbers don't lie. You know, so once you start doing that, if I'm counting calories, well, you know, and I say that in a jokingly manner, but there's a lot of truth behind it. It's like, well, if I'm able to do this and kind of structure my life, well, then I'm instilling good habits all the way across the board. So yes, it made a huge difference, because then I also quit drinking, you know, which would, you know, so now I'm clear. Just the cardio healthy lifestyle that I was taking on, I mean, big difference, man, big difference. I'm able to stay focused. I'm able to stay sharp, which is huge. Sometimes you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room, but if you're sharp, there, you know, that's a huge difference too. So, yeah.
I resonate with that hard, man. Like I know what you mean when you're staying sharp, mentally clear, focused.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your story is similar to mine. With the reason why I started my own fitness journey was, you know, I used to be a drinker. I used to party, do drugs, and all those kind of things before I got into fitness. And I knew that going down that road, it would just have led me towards a very bad life. I would have probably been depressed because I wasn't doing anything with my life. And the reason why I got into fitness was because of those bad vices. I had to drop it. And ever since doing so, I was able to get my life together, stay way more focused. And that was what elevated my life to the next level. So do you feel like that fitness can have that kind of impact on someone's life?
Not kind of, but definitely, because it also brings a purpose to your life. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that with all the drinking and partying, and it's what I was doing before, but there's still that void there, you know, where it's like you're drinking and you're doing all these things, but you still feel a void, and you can't explain it. You can't really put it in words, but it's there. And absolutely. So to answer your question, yes, because now there's a purpose. You know, you get out of work, you're done doing what you're doing, and now you have a part-time job that consists of just bettering yourself, being a better version of yourself, and fully committing to that. Yeah, that's going to bring a whole nother level, you know, of, oh, I'm sorry, you cut out there a little bit. Can you see me still?
I can see you. Yep, you're good.
Yeah, so that's it, definitely brings you to the next level, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like fitness has so much of a bigger impact than just on a physical level, right?
Oh yeah,
Emotionally,
definitely.
mentally, spiritually, and you're just way more zoned in on the path that you should go down in terms of all avenues of your life. So in your own life, like as a result of implementing this program, what was the overall outcome?
The elaborate a little bit more. What do you mean by overall outcome?
as far as, your physical health, your mental health, even just outside of your businesses, things like that, right?
I mean, in every aspect, man, every aspect, I would say. So, like, even with my kids, I mean, I didn't have all the energy to follow up with all their sports and activities that they had. Now, every time I'm back in town because I travel a lot, but every chance I get, I'm there, and I spend extra time with them. So, all across the board, I would say from family, finance, structure, business, organization, and I can keep going on, but it's huge. It's huge just to physically be able to better yourself. And it's really, it starts off as a physical thing, but really what people don't understand, it's more mental than anything. And that's the biggest impact. And that's what the hardest muscle to train, right, is the mind. And once you can actually tame the mind and instill all those good habits, then everything kind of just falls into place. Everything.
Yes, totally agree with you there, brother. Like the finances, the relationships, career, everything that you do is, I think the foundation of it all comes down to just being on point with your fitness. And once you have that in lock, everything else falls into place, like you said. So
Exactly.
I'm just curious about, I guess, what motivated you to step on stage, because you're coming from a background of a guy who just drinks, parties, does all this, to pretty much being a men's physique champion. Like that's like opposite sides of the spectrum. So what led you to that motivation, and what really brought you to that point where you wanted to take it to the next level?
So I felt that, so at that time, I think in the program, we were close to, I don't know, I want to say 10 months or so.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of guy that I've always liked to push it to the limits to see how far I can go, which is how I was able to, start my business. I had 3 jobs at the time when I started my business, and I would leave Illinois on a Friday and drive to Pennsylvania to get there Friday night to work, Saturday, Sunday, leave Sunday, drive 12 hours back to be back to work. So my point with that is I've always been that type of guy that let me step out of my comfort zone and push it to the next level, see what I'm capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 it was like 10 months in or whatever, I just felt like I was starting to kind of get comfortable, but I felt like, okay, I want to kind of step out of my comfort zone and let's see if I can actually go through with this. And it's something that I've always loved too. I mean, I've always loved to see those guys on stage perform, and I've always, been fascinated by it. So I figured, what the hell, man? I mean, I'm already in. Why not just next level, and let's see if I have the willpower, the mental fortitude to just keep pushing, and why not? So that's really what it was. See if I could just take it to the next level.
Just test your abilities, right?
That's it. That's how it started. And then, along the way, it's not even about that. It kind of just, I hate to say it, but you kind of become like a robot and you don't even think about it anymore. You just say, okay, I get out of here. I'm counting calories. I got to go to the gym. I got to do this. And you kind of have a structure and you organize your life and you just do it. You're not even thinking about it.
It's a regimen at that point. It just becomes routine. And I think once you build that routine, it just accelerates progress, because once it's instilled as a habit, it's kind of like when you wake up and you're brushing your teeth every morning. You do that every single morning because you built it as a habit. And that means that you're not going to get, bad teeth and teeth decay. So if you build this routine with your fitness, it just builds upon itself, You continue getting better. So I think that exactly explains what the reason why people should start fitness is, because at the end of the day, it helps you build a good routine, and that translates to other parts of your life. So,
and that us human beings, we run off of habits and rituals. That's it, And even with finances, I always tell everybody it's the same thing. If you have bad habits of spending and you're an impulsive spender or, shopper, then those are bad habits that you're instilling, and eventually it's progressive. It gets worse. So same thing with fitness, like as you just said, you just stop thinking about it and you instill good habits and rituals along the way.
And it builds upon each other, and you just continue getting better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I have to ask, man, how did it feel when you were on stage and you got awarded the overall champion?
It was crazy, man. You know, I went up there and just hoping to be top 3,
Yeah.
top 4. Oh, when you know, there were some other guys that were pretty big, and in my opinion, and I thought that, you know, I would have been happy with 3, but when I did, I was just blown away, man. It was such an and it just felt like everything that we had gone through was worth it. I mean, it wasn't in vain, you know. It was all that hard work and everything, and all the patience that you had along the way too. Man, it was worth it. It was so worth it.
Absolutely worth it, man. I mean, you put in the work. You were in the trenches, and
Yeah.
I saw the level of commitment and discipline you had to take to get to that point, and it all paid off, man. So
It
where
all
do you think we should go from here? Do you like continue going more, or do you feel satisfied where you're at?
No, I actually want to take it to the next level, man. See what how much more can we build my physique, and what else can we do? What's next, you know, and get on a bigger platform and just do it again and again until we can't do it anymore.
That's what's up. That's what fitness is all about. It's always improvement, getting better, and seeking out for more, right? So,
Right.
man, I'm super proud of you and proud of your accomplishments. So, is there anything that you'd like to add in the case that there's someone out there that wants to achieve the accomplishments that you want, that you have?
Yeah. I would say, you know, just the first step is just taking the first step, and just get, you know, we all get in a rut. I think we all go through a phase in our lives that maybe we know what we're doing isn't working and isn't going to work in the long run, and might not be good for us now. Um, and our body and our minds will tell us, hey, you know, you have to make a change. You have to make a change. And it's at that time that we just have to take a leap of faith, I would say, and just of just taking that first step. Once you take that first step, you know, everything will fall into place afterwards. Some slower, some faster, but slowly but surely you can move in the right direction. And it's all about just taking that first step. If you need help, as I knew that I couldn't do it by myself. I had been doing it for 10 years on and off. And I said, hey, if I want to change, I have to do something different. I can't keep doing it. So that's when I reached out to a few people before you. And then finally I talked to you. And, you know, after our conversation, I just gravitated towards you, and everything made sense. So I would advise anybody else, do the same thing. Reach out to John, talk to him, and you don't take anybody anyways. You have a conversation with them and you see where they're at, and if it's something fit with your program. So take that first step is what I would tell anybody. You know,
let's say they're on the edge. Like, what would you tell someone if they're on the edge of just starting their fitness journey?
Well, we all start somewhere. So I would say, if you need help, look for it. If not, I mean, we have Google and YouTube nowadays too that, you know, are very helpful. But if they're on the edge just starting, start and don't stop, because that's been the problem with me, you know, starting and stopping, especially if you're young. You know, why not commit? And you're going to live a healthy, long life. And there's so many opportunities with fitness.
Yeah.
You know, why not take it?
Yeah. I mean, look at the person you've become, man. And just based on your own client success story and your story in general, I think everyone should start a fitness journey and how much it can impact someone's life. So,
Absolutely.
hey, I appreciate you hopping on today. And I think a lot of people have a good level of inspiration from your story itself, going from someone who's been drinking, partying, and having that kind of lifestyle towards becoming a men's physique champion and really committed to this lifestyle now. And I'm sure you never want to look back at the old you, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Either. I've that old me is long gone. I'm never looking back in the past again. It's only like forward from here. So again, thank you for hopping on today and sharing your story with my audience, Christian. We're gonna talk about the next steps together, and let's take you to that next level, man. I'm excited for the future. We're only getting started, man. And I know that now that we've gotten to this point, it's only gonna get better. So, any last closing remarks before we end this interview here?
No, man. I appreciate you having me on and doing this interview, and I'm looking forward to the next step. So I can't wait, man. Appreciate it.
Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hope that was inspiring, and stay tuned for the next one.
Awesome.